and it would take us another 2 days. But I will give some wrap-up, and I actually will continue my opening speech in a way, and I'll do it very shortly. The bottom line is that's what I want to get at. The bottom line. I was searching for that slide. The bottom line of the thing is that we've talked about the affinity of our business model, and it's kind of shaky, and we could have a pessimist and an optimist view. I have an optimist view, but I realize that I'm always critical, and I think being critical is good. It's healthy. The quote that came out of the study that we did among you, we shouldn't, I agree with Adam, we shouldn't let it get up to that point. But once we're confronted with a statement like that, I'm pretty sure we're not going to get it at it. One thread, and which actually has nothing to do with the market research industry by definition, but with a lot of industries, is that we need to avoid commoditization. And that is the commodity magnet that I spoke of. And anything we do, I clearly believe it's going to be an evolution. And it has to be an evolution, because not all of the new stuff that we bring up is necessarily good. Obviously, it has its limitations. A lot of the stuff that we talk about are just single tools. And I believe we need to look at it in an integrated way, multi-mode, but also within modes. There's several tools to come up to a better decision. On the other hand, I think for certain things we need to stop barking. We need to stop barking and start doing. And I want to come back to the quality issue. It was definitely not our purpose to give the clients that are here a bad feeling or a worried feeling about data quality. It's not because we talk about it and we believe it's an issue that it's a problem. My message to my clients and to all of you here would be, please, if you are worried about it, as you should also be together with us, please increase your search effort for good research. Search more, be more critical, ask more proposals, ask for more explanation. Give us a chance as researchers to explain why we charge the prices and deliver the service that we think are right. Don't distrust our industry, because there is good research. And if you search for it, it's like buying a car. Normally you don't buy a car overnight. So please don't distrust us and help us in doing that. When I say stop barking, I refer to all of us as suppliers. We should put the action next to the word and really deliver high quality data. I'm coming back to my proposal to reposition the panel research conference and consider repositioning from a panel provider perspective to a people-centric perspective. I think all of the papers, and a lot of the papers, are talking about people. I think we agree with that. It's the raw material. I may be saying it in a softer sense than the last paper presenter, but I think he's right. And I think we have to think of it as people, not from our perspective only. And I'm not a specialist. I'm not a creative guy in terms of coming up with new names, but these are a couple of names that happen in our industry and that could probably be used for renaming this panel conference. But there's definitely also a number of traditional things that are put uphill and that are going to be different in a couple of years from now. Interviewing, data collection. If we talk about the semantics, if we talk about and look at all the data that is naturally generated without even asking questions, then we'll have to analyze that. But it'll put interviewing and data collection in a completely different perspective. When one of the first studies I did on conversation tracking online, one of my customers said, this is really interesting. It brings you answers to questions you never asked. And that's completely reversing the way we search for intelligence. Representativeness. If we look at a community of 10,000 participants, surely the community as such is qualitatively in nature. It's not representative for a national population. But if you text mine it, if you data mine it, and a lot of correlations come up and a lot of percentages come up, that those percentages within that community are quantitative by nature. And so we have a qualitative platform that generates quantitative results. So maybe we should not be talking about representativity, but maybe about, and not about statistical significance, but maybe about practical importance. Because if you have 10,000 inputs and a lot of things come out there, then I believe they're important. Sampling, unit of analysis. We may be ending up, I refer again to communities that you can text mine. It's not, the level of analysis may shift from the respondent or the participant or the member or whoever you want to call it, the person, to the chunk of information. So a lot of these things fall upon, a lot of these things will shift. Where they will go to, I don't know, and yes, we have to take care of quality, but things will definitely shift. And anything we do, and any innovation, I believe we have to realize results on any of these fronts. Automation means doing the same things in a more efficient way. Informational means doing the same things, but generating better quality data, better insights. Or transformational, which means that we need, or we use tools that allow us to do things that we were previously not possible to do. So if on any of these fields we make progress, I think we're in good shape. And normally that closes my end note. That's what I thought, but I just wanted to check. So that was all I had to say. Thank you again from my personal perspective and to the panel committee. And I would now like to hand the word to Frits Vangenberg, ESOMAR President. Thank you very much.